What's up, everybody, and welcome back to DesignCraft. Yup, that's right. Episode 3 here on the DesignCraft SMP, and as you can see, there have been some changes. I have been grinding my butt off. Working at terraforming, building bridges, building paths, digging. Yeah. Digging, I've dug like the Dickens. Yeah. The hole is done. Complete. Finito. And as you can see in the background there, we got tons of bridges and paths going everywhere. So originally, Mello was going to be building his base here, but that plan has shifted, and he's going to be building up on the hill over there. I'm going to quickly go into spectator mode so I can just show you guys exactly what's been going on. Alright, so as we enter the lovely spawn area here, we have Spawn Hill up on the left. We have our first bridge, which connects to a path through the terraforming all the way over here. Of course, there's our base, which is complete. I'll show you the inside in a second. And we've also done a little kind of dock area with a little like sea merchant guy here selling some leather and some cooked pork chops. We're also selling some bees over here, where you can just buy a bee on a lead and take her away. We did terraforming all along this front part from here all the way over here. We opened this water up here. We connected a bridge over here with a path leading up to where Mello is going to be building his base. And then we've connected the paths over there is Solare's base, or Solare's, sorry. And then over here is where Random is going to be building their base. And that path also connects over to the top there, which is where Delusion will be building his base. And we're still yet to hear from Chasmatic and Kiwi about where their base is going to be. But we built this bridge there, that small bridge there, and a little land bridge here, which is still a work in process. We've also kind of worked a bit more on this little cave down here. I still need to fix this corner up a bit. But here I will be selling frogs. I'm going to have tadpoles in a bucket here. And then the frogs on a lead are going to be there. I'm also going to make the place look a lot nicer. But yeah, that's looking really good. Now, let's go inside our base and talk about what we are going to be doing today. So right on into the base, as you can see, there have been some changes. We've got ourselves a bunch of skeleton horses. I think there were 2 different sets here. We have our portal set up here. We have our storage system for now figured out. Our enchantment table's been moved back here. We got a little smeltery going. And then we've got the hole. Yeah, it might not look that deep, but let me tell you, this thing is freaking deep, and it took me ages to mine this out, as well as build and finish this staircase going all the way around it. Yeah, so this thing, we're gonna have some room branching off of these corners eventually, I think. And as you can see, for some reason there's some like rendering problem here, but if you go all the way to the bottom, we have started a new mine here. So it's a new strip mine that we've started, and so here's where the hole ends, and then we go further down here all the way to Y level. I'm not sure, I think it's negative 58, is it? Negative 59. And this is where we've started our strip mine, as you can see. And of course, if we have anything that we don't want to bring up with us, any resources, we just leave them down in these chests here. So let's make our way back up, and we'll talk about the plan for today's episode. So, in today's episode, what are we gonna do? Well. As I'm sure you can see from the thumbnails of previous videos, the skin isn't quite the same, and that's because we have to earn our final skin. Yep. Let me see if I can do this better this time. Alright, so the plan is we are going to earn our skin, and that is because we are a beast tamer. And so we have to conquer the most dangerous, the most powerful, the craziest the uniquest, all of the beasts. Yes, that is the plan. But of course, step by step. And the first step is to prove ourselves. There are 2 stages to proving ourselves. We'll get onto the second stage later on. But the first stage for this episode, we're going to be doing something crazy. Yeah. Did I say it yet? Crazy. Absolutely flippin' nuts. So, first things first. We need a ghast farm. That's right. We are going to be bringing some ghasts to the overworld. Uh-huh. Yep. And not just anywhere in the overworld. No, no, no. We are going to be building them, or not building them, putting them right there. Yep. You thought this hole was for decoration? No, no, no. You see, this is cage number 1. And we are going to get ourselves 2 to 3 ghasts flying around in this hole. Uh-huh. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Crazy. Well, you're right. But we're going to do it. Uh-huh. So, let's get to doing that. Alright, so we're now at the bottom of the hole here. And we are going to be starting the gas thing. So, how this is going to work is we're going to link this portal. We're going to basically remove the portal that's up there. And then put it down here. The ghasts are going to come through. We're going to use scaffolding, I think, to push them with water into this tunnel. I'm also going to remove this, and then have a secret way up back here, and then a secret way down back here. Once all the ones that I want are through, I'm then going to trigger something, which is then, let's see, it's then going to drop a bunch of sand down, I think. That might be the best way. Or maybe I'll just wait until they're all floating up there and come down here. Actually, that's probably the best. So what I'm going to do is, I'll come down here. Once they're all up there or just flying around, I will then close this all off with mud, break this portal, move it again back up there, et voila, we should be set. So let's get to doing some of that. Alright, so we've got pretty much all of it set up here, I think. So what's going to happen is, on the other side of this portal, we haven't even gone through it yet to test that it works, but on the other side of this portal, we're going to set up a ghast farm. And then that ghast farm is going to be attached to this portal. When the ghasts come out, they then enter this water, which will push them forwards into this area, launching them in here. Once in here, they should fly up, and then once I come back, I should be able to fix it. Now, here's the big test. Let's go to the nether roof, and hopefully this should come out at the same spot as my one upstairs, which I just broke. So let's head up there and see how this goes. And behind here, I do have the way to get up and down. Alright. Oh, there we go. So it works. So the next step to this plan is going to be building the ghast farm. So let's build it. So, there's an issue. I didn't think about the biome that we're in when I started building this farm. And, well, we're in a warped forest, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And, nothing spawns in a warped forest. So this isn't going to work at all. We're going to have to completely scrap this idea and do something else. My next best plan is to then go find a warped forest, dig a tunnel, and then, using water and scaffolding, bring them all the way over to our base. Alright, well, let's go do that. Luckily for us, it's only like 25 blocks away. Look, we're in another waste. And right here we're in a warped forest. I'm gonna go like about to here to do this, but yeah, let's do this all over again. And after several more hours of grinding, mining, and remaking farms, may I present to you the beasts of the belly. Yep, that's right. It's done. We now have ourselves 5 ghasts in this hole. Yep. And it only took mining like a 5x5 tunnel that was like 400 blocks long, which may have taken longer than this entire hole, as well as rebuilding a farm, troubleshooting, and all the good stuff. But finally, it's done. Yup. And look at them. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I think, actually, are there 4 or 5? Maybe there's only 4. I thought there were 5. Well, either way, this is ridiculous. And I also added some lava at the bottom there with another layer of tinted glass on top of it. And yeah, I must say, the Ghast project is finished. And it looks sick. And that is step 1 to becoming the Beast Tamer. Now, we're not going to be doing step 2 this episode, but we will talk about what we're going to be doing next. So for this episode, now we are going to be building ourselves an iron farm and a villager breeder. And it's a 2-in-1 done by Impulse SV. And I've gathered myself some villagers earlier. Here's a little clip of me gathering them. And after that, now you can see 6 villagers all safely stored in this little hole. So those guys will be ready when we're going to do it. So what we are going to do is we are going to build it, I think, up on this hill here. And we're going to clear out some forest here. You know, kind of make it flat, make it nice, give ourselves enough room. And then we're going to basically make a smaller design of this guy, this big base, on top of the hill here, which is going to be a smaller version of this, and then that's going to hold the iron farm and villager breeder combo in that building. We're gonna build the farm first, though. We're gonna do the building part after, but I just want to let you guys know what the plan is. So let's start working on chopping down some trees. So we've gone ahead and done it. In fact, we did a bit more than I was planning on doing off camera, but you know, we cleared the area and we built ourselves the farm. Now, we did make a few adjustments to it, and that's because I did see some issues that were happening, although actually, right now there seems to be another issue. Anyways, so I shortened this a bit because I do want to build building around this guy. And then, so I shortened the farm, and then I changed up to having 2 beds instead of 1 bed on either side, as well as adding a redstone clock, or like a little clock there, to kind of change when this guy sees the villagers. Although that seems to be a bit wonky right now, but hopefully it's working. I know that it is working though, because we have ourselves some villagers and a ton of iron. In fact, I did this like 2 days ago, and we don't have that much iron here. But if we go to our new iron chest, because I need a full chest just for iron, it's looking good so far. Now we've got ourselves a decent amount of iron. We've been using a lot of it to make ourselves tons of lanterns, because we are changing out all of these torches that were along this path into all like lanterns and like little lamppost kinds of things. But yeah, I think we should have good use for all this iron. I don't know if I mentioned this already, I created a little path going up here. And so next I'm going to be doing this, but before any of that, I need a mending villager. You see, I have some good enchants, I have some good tools and stuff, but I need them mended. You see, like even like these boots, you know, these pants, this chest plate, or especially this sword. So this sword, I combined I think 2 or 3 swords to get this guy, but this guy is pretty much as good as it's going to get. But yeah, I've got, you know, a bunch of stuff here that I think could use some mending, so I think it's about time we get ourselves a mending villager. So really quickly, let me show you guys where all the villagers are. You can tell I AFK'd for quite a bit, because, well, there's quite a few villagers here. But yeah, so let's get ourselves a mending villager, and then, you can barely see me here, and then we will maybe hop into a time-lapse of building ourselves the exterior to this farm. So after a couple of hours of work, we have a very basic setup going on here. We got ourselves a mending villager with mending for 1 emerald, which is super nice. And we've started what may become our future trading hall. I'm not quite sure yet. This is going to be a grind for another time, though, because this is a big project. And I've only zombified these guys like twice each, and I still need to zombify them like another 2 times each. And it's going to be a whole process that I don't really want to do right now. So I've got my gear all mended up, and it's looking pretty good. I'm very happy with how things are so far. In the future, you know, I might improve it, but it is looking good for now. I've also gone ahead and created ourselves a little logo, and I really like it. I've put it in some key places here. So, for example, when you walk in off of the bridge, you see this land is you know, property of the beast tamer. Something I like is also that it's only visible from one side, which is pretty neat. And so I've also put that kind of at the entrance here and at a couple of other spots. But it's time for a time lapse. Yep, that's right. We are going to start the building around the iron farm slash villager breeder up there. And oh, by the way, fella behind me there, he finally broke his crossbow, so that's nice. We can use him in the future. But yeah, let's hop straight into that time lapse. So let's go. And just like that, it is done. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. It's the first one here on DesignCraft. But that is all for today's episode. So if you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate if you guys could like, and if you want to see more content, feel free to subscribe. But that is going to be all for today's episode. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.